We are so excited to have you here today. I'm Dr. Beth Pezinel, and I am here with some friends from Ag Ed today. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
My name is Alicia Hendren. I'm from Salmonac, Illinois, which is 60 miles west of Chicago. I come from the Salmonac Leland Sandwich FFA chapter, and I'm a junior in Ag Ed at K-State.
My name's Zoe Rhodes. I'm from Girard, Kansas, which is 15 minutes south of Pitt State. I was in the Girard FFA chapter and in the Wildcat District Bone Creek 4-H.
My name is Peyton Sharon. I'm a freshman here at K-State. I'm from Spring Hill, Kansas, so that's about an hour south of Kansas City.
Great. Well, welcome. We are so glad you guys are here with us today. I always love my visits with our Ag Ed friends. So first, I just want to know, what made you choose Ag Ed?
Untraditionally, I had a lot of turnover in my FFA program growing up. So I went through like a lot of kind of hardships with that, loving it, not having a teacher to really harness my energy of wanting to have a passion for it. It wasn't until my junior year that I had a teacher come into the program, really focus on what the students wanted from the program, and that really inspired me to be a teacher who just doesn't up and leave all the time, if that makes sense. Yeah. Since my sophomore year in high school, I held several different offices in the chapter, started different programs and things like that.
Okay, great.
So within my FFA chapter, I was really attracted to like the leadership roles and running for offices within FFA. I had two very supportive advisors. One of them retired my junior year, and then we got a third ag teacher my senior year. And they really pushed me to want to be a teacher because of my love for extemporaneous speaking and my love for leadership. So with extemporaneous speaking, it's basically like an impromptu kind of speech that you have to make up on the spot. And they're like, girl, you need to go into teaching because you know your stuff and you want to talk on the spot, and that's really what teachers have to do sometimes. So it was just their nurturing and love within FFA and in the ag classroom that made me want to teach.
Awesome.
Yeah, so the same. I was also very active in FFA, and that's definitely what kind of pulled me towards Ag Ed. I had a really great experience in FFA, and I found my passion for agriculture, for people in FFA, and I kind of found my place in high school through FFA, and so that's kind of what made me want to, be in a position where I can educate youth in agriculture, solve all the problems, hopefully, that are going on in the agricultural industry, and kind of find a place where students can feel like they fit in.
I love that. So FFA, we've heard FFA a lot. So what does FFA mean?
So FFA, it used to stand for Future Farmers of America. It no longer stands for that. It's just a blank acronym because you don't have to have grown up on a farm. It's more than cows, plows, and sows.
Is it?
It is. So anybody who has an interest in agriculture, even if you're not necessarily interested in it, you're curious in it, you're more than welcome to join and learn what's going on in agriculture. Okay. Also, there's many leadership opportunities as well. Just kind of a program that's helping to make well-rounded individuals that are going to be able to solve all the future problems that are facing our world.
I love that. So you don't have to grow up on a farm, which is what many of us think about, right, when we hear FFA, because back in my, right? And I won't tell you how old that my day is. But, yeah, so did you all grow up on a farm? Like, is that where your love came from?
I grew up on a farm. I grew up showing pigs. We farm about 2,000 acres of corn and soybeans. So I kind of found my passion through that. I kind of showed on the side, did FFA. I did a lot of different things when I was in high school. I think it really was the people, kind of what Peyton was saying earlier. I really loved the upperclassmen that were involved in it. They were very much wanting me to join and kind of pushing me to come and be in it. Growing up in a fair kind of town, like going to the county fair every weekend, every year. You just meet those upperclassmen. They really pull you in. Like when you're in 5th grade, they're trying to get you to come do FFA stuff with them. So yeah.
Nice. What about you guys?
So I did not grow up on a farm.
Okay.
I grew up in like the city, in Girard, not especially. We have 2,500 people, one stoplight town, but I was kind of in like the more town part. But I did grow up like around agriculture in the ag, in like Girard has a very big agriculture community. So I was exposed to it when we
Sure.
were moving there. You know, you see all the agriculture elements when you're driving through town. But what really got me into agriculture from FFA was, like Alicia said, like the older girls. I had some neighbors, they were seniors when I was freshman in high school, and they really pushed me, hey, we have our Green Hand Watermelon Feed event, and I got invited, and we all, the freshman members ate watermelon with the senior members, and that was like, I want to be an FFA. That was like
Because
the
of watermelon.
telltale, just
Love
because of
it.
the watermelon and the fellowship and everything that was going on.
I love that.
Yeah, so I didn't grow up in a super traditional ag setting. I always grew up with animals. We had chickens and ducks and dairy goats and horses, but not any like big production or anything like that. I did grow up in 4-H, so that's kind of what like fueled my passion for agriculture. And then I had, again, older people in my life that were in FFA, and seeing them getting to do everything, and then I wanted to do it. So once I was finally old enough, I was just super excited to join.
I love that. And so I'm hearing a lot about the connections that you made with others in FFA, but also the advisor. So tell me a little bit about the role of an agriculture teacher and an FFA advisor.
Yeah, so the ag advisor, they kind of wear multiple different hats. They are referred to as either an ag teacher or the advisor because they do both. They teach in the classroom, but they also coach multiple different leadership development events, career development events. You know, they're a mentor, they're a counselor. You're with them a lot. You grow very close to them, and they're just always there for you. Just kind of a, what's the word, like a role model in your life.
I like that. I like that, a role model. However, you didn't quite have that consistent role model, but you still saw something in the teacher that came in, I think your junior year, right? That really gave you that love and that passion.
Yes. So I remember her first day. She came to a summer work day. We had a pumpkin patch when I was in FFA, and we'd always have to come and get the weeds out of the pumpkin patch. So she came in, and she was just like immediately like so compassionate about her students and enthusiastic to be there, like almost overwhelmingly looking back at it. But it's so inspiring now. And the first thing she asked us was like, asked the officer team was, what do you guys want from your teacher? What kind of classes do you guys want? Like, I can't ensure change right away, but I want to change it. She really came in and had this perspective of these kids have had 5 teachers. Like, I don't want to be the 6th. And that was just a huge motivating factor for me.
That's awesome. You've mentioned lots of different aspects of FFA, of ag ed. I think you said you have to be the jack of all trades, right? So tell me a little bit about the classes that you take as an ag ed student.
So I love this question. So within the college bag, our curriculum looks like we have a plant science, animal science, construction technology, and then a government and business section. Wow. So that's just the college bag. And then within education, we take a block 1 this first semester of our senior year, correct?
It's the second semester
Second semester of your junior year, and you take lots of education classes, and then when you move into other blocks, you have classes with just the ag ed advisors, so there's 4 of them now. And then, so within the college bag, you have to take a couple classes from each of those sectors that I talked about. So right now I'm in a horticulture class for my plant science, I'm in animal science for my animal science, and then government and business I have like an ag econ class right now. And then next semester I'll have a welding class for the construction
Welding.
technologies.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
welding's gonna be scary, but I'm really excited for it because that's a big
Wow.
part of what we teach.
So
we have a
fun.
shop as well.
That's
so.
awesome. So what
Yep.
are some of the other like fun or unique subjects or topics that you guys as an ag ed teacher will have to learn or do when you go out into the ag ed world?
I think one that's out of my comfort zone would probably be kind of that welding, ag structures, electrical, small engines.
Wow.
We do have to take, so welding is a requirement, and then you have 3 more power structural classes you have to take.
Okay.
So I took small engines, electrical, and ag structures. As an ag teacher, that is really scary because 1, you have to worry about their safety. 2, when you don't even fully know what you're doing and you're trying to teach them, like, that's scary.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the part that I'm most nervous about, but when you get into your student teaching, they kind of try to put you in a program that'll help make you feel a little better about that.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Any other fun courses or topics?
I mean, you get to do a little bit of everything. There are some, like, you get to kind of choose what electives you're taking. So I definitely have a passion for horses. So I'm actually just finished a training class. So I was working
For
like,
what?
For horses, training like young horses.
For horses.
Yes,
Horses.
sorry.
Horses.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
no, not kids, horses. But yeah, so I actually got to work like one-on-one with horses. There's a lot of like very hands-on classes because that is a huge aspect of agriculture is hands-on and getting to actually experience it because a lot of the kids that we are going to work with, they didn't grow up doing this stuff. So this is their first time where they actually get to be involved in it.
Right. And your program is so unique because you function under two colleges, right? The College of Education and the College of Agriculture. And so I think you alluded to the fact that you come in and you take education courses through the College of Ed, right? That help support you with the work that you do then from the agriculture courses and ag ed side, correct? And block 1, I think, is where you take those College of Ed classes. Awesome. So, why should someone, why do we need ag ed teachers?
Well, we need ag ed teachers because we need agriculture and we need a lot of youth going into agriculture because, believe it or not, there's a lot of problems facing the agricultural industry. And so So I think the average age of a farmer is like 60 years old. So it's a very older demographic that's currently in agriculture. And as they retire, we need people to step in and fill that. And so we need teachers that are going to expose our youth to agriculture, get them passionate about it, and get them wanting to enter careers in the agricultural industry.
I absolutely have to agree. There's lots of people, unfortunately, that don't even know where their food comes from. And the different processes that go into what's on your plate. So I feel like this might be a hot take, but I feel like every high schooler should have to take an agriculture class just for that basic information, and we need ag teachers to teach that. And I feel like it's really cool that we're under two colleges because like Peyton said earlier, we really are the jack of all trades and that important to education because people need to know where their food comes from and they need to know how it's processed and what goes into raising plants and animals.
I agree. I could support that as a STEM teacher for sure. So, how does the agriculture ed faculty support you guys in your education and career goals?
So all of our professors are also our academic advisors. So when you come in as a freshman, you'll get one as your advisor. I think for me, just having as an out-of-state perspective here, I think that having that advisor when I first came in, when I literally knew nothing about Kansas, very little knowledge about K-State, she was just such a great person to turn to if I needed anything, like helping me with my classes, helping me in my coursework, really just being like a lending hand, an ear to listen, just a person to support me through my first year here at K-State and even into my third year at K-State. If I'm honest, I think that's the best part. And the other thing about that is even if you have an advisor, you could walk into any of their 4 offices like, hello, I'm really struggling in this aspect. Can I have help? Can I have guidance? None of them are going to deny you.
I love that too. It sounds like you have a close relationship with your faculty and with them as an advisor as well. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yes.
So, okay, last but not least, you have an ag ed club. Tell us about the ag ed club.
We do. So we have social meetings and then we have career development meetings. So they kind of alternate, and then we have a couple a month, correct? Okay. So then we'll talk about task force and some announcements that we have, and then we do either the social or the career aspect. So we'll have somebody come and talk and connect us with something in the agricultural world, a career that we haven't been exposed to yet.
Nice.
And then our socials are, we just do something fun and we eat snacks and we have something different to talk about. We play some leadership games. It's a great time.
Yeah, so you get to hang with all of the other ag ed students and really get to know them, and it kind of becomes like you were talking about in your high school, right, where you can kind of mentor the younger ones and bring them along and get to know each other.
And
right?
it's not just for ag ed students
It's
as well.
not?
It's for the whole College of
yeah.
Ag. So
Oh,
when
wow.
Kate
An
was
ag
in
ed
animal
club.
science, she was in ag ed club too. And
Oh, very fun.
everybody's a great addition. We all learn from each other, even if they're not in ag ed.
that.
Yeah,
I love
coming
that.
into college, I actually was not an ag ed major. I just switched. I was in animal science, communications, and marketing. But I had a passion for agriculture. I had a passion for teaching and communicating with people. And so the ag ed club was a great place to fit in. Even though I wasn't in that major at first, they made me feel super welcome, and they actually made me want to switch to ag ed.
They were kind of like, come on over.
So
Oh,
even
I
if you're
love
not
it.
an ag ed major, feel free to come. It's a great
That's
place to fit
awesome.
in.
Where can they find out more information about that?
KSU Ag Ed.
Listen to that. Okay. Well, it has been a pleasure having the three of you here with me today. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us about Ag Ed. I love it. It's always so much fun to learn. And thank you all who are watching this live and those who will watch it recorded later. We appreciate you viewing it. We hope that you have a really happy holidays, and thank you for joining us on this Go Live.